So subscribe this channel to know more about the endangered human population and ethnic cultures of India.
The Saharia, an important primitive tribe inhabiting in the famous dacoit horrified area of Chambal region. They are the autochthones of this region with a population of about 2 to 3 lakhs and mainly inhabiting in the districts of Morena, Shivpuri, Guna, Gwalior and the Vidisha districts of Madhya Pradesh and Baran districts of Rajasthan. The actual area of concentration of the Sahariya comprises the territory lying between Middle Chambal Basin and Sindh Basin, which are covered with deep forest and undulating uplands. Etymologically, the word Saharia is derived from an Arabic word Sahariya, meaning jungle. Inhabitants of the desert derived from the Persian word Shahara, meaning a desert. Wanderer derived from the word Saria, meaning wandering. Inhabitants of Sahara, region lying between the Chambal and Yamuna, they are experts in honey collecting, derived from the word Sahad, meaning honey. Crook, in 1896 in his book Tribes and Castes of Northwestern Provinces and Oath, mentioned that Saharia name is derived from the Arabic Sahara, meaning a wilderness. According to Cunningham, the word Saharia is similar to Pythian word south or savar, means an axe. In the past they were known as axemen working in the forest. In 1976, the Debar Commission declared the Saharia as a primitive tribe of India. In another version, they say that Saharia are the people who are living in the jungle. Sab means the companion or the friends of the tiger, and they live with the tigers. Etymologically, Sa means companion and Haria means the tiger. The Saharia are more like Hindus than any other tribe in the state. Saharias are Negroids in race, who long back had migrated to India from Sahara region.
In continuation of Man in Search of Man series, presently we are in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan region in search of Saharia tribe. The Saharia are inhabiting in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, and we have came here to depict the picture of Saharias. This is the Chambal Valley, which you can see here. The Saharias are inhabiting from Chambal valleys to Yamuna. That is the border place. This is the entire place they are inhabiting in this region. Once it was the dacoity region by Pulan Devi and other dacoits. Presently it is not there. Because of these dacoity issues, there was no research has been conducted in this region. Presently we have taken up the work on visual documentation of the Saharias, how they are living, where they are living, what is the living conditions of these people. That is the ethnographic vision we are making on Saharia population.
The Saharia villages are located deep in the jungle, which you can observe here. This is an open jungle and one has to travel a long distances to reach the Saharia villages. The houses are constructed in a cluster way, which you can observe here. Most of the houses are thatched house and very small. The living conditions are very poor, which you observe here. They collect the forest grass and they construct the walls also with thatched and apply mud and cow dung as a wall, which you are observing here. Most of the houses are in dilapidated conditions. In few villages, I have observed the construction of the houses with the stone walls, and stone slabs are placed on the top of the house as a roof, which you can find in some villages. And most of the houses which you observe here, this is a small house around 50 square feet which you observe here. In this house we have a kitchen and a cot and a shelter for a goat also. Let us see inside. It is really a pathetic condition which you observe here. This is the roots collected from the forest, and you can see here this is the cot and the kitchen at one corner. The walls and the conditions also you can see how it is, and a goat is also there in the house. This is the conditions of many of the Saharias, and we can observe here. So this is the place where they are dwelling and have facing lot of problems for their living. Usually a Saharia village is comprised of the members of the same clan. In course of time, people of other clans settled and they now live together. These people of other clans are mostly related each other. Presently, a number of other castes also migrated into these territories of the Saharia villages, and now they are living with the other caste people also. There is a problem of land, and the land is decreasing in the forest region of the Saharia, and immigration has increased, and the problems of the grazing of these Saharia lands also reduced to a great extent. They are medium stature with dark complexion and sharp featured. Generally, the males are black and have curly hair with no hair on chest. Their wearings are very simple. Men wear dhoti and kameez, and women gangara, blouse and a sari. The women love jewelry, and most of it is made of brass or silver. They wear anklets, armlets, waist girdles and earrings. They are fond of tattooing on face, wrist, legs and breast. Family is the smallest basic unit and institution of Saharia society, which is patriarchal in nature. It is mostly nuclear and monogamous type, which includes the man, wife and their unmarried children. Sometimes the membership is extended to the widowed, divorced or unmarried sisters or daughters, newly married son and daughter-in-law, dependent old parents. However, married sons leave the family of orientation to live in their own families of procreation within a year of marriage. Family members, the husband, wife and children, form a close-knit group to struggle against the physical environment. The role of and status of each member is well defined. Within a very congenial atmosphere, the children are brought with the extreme fondness and love. They help their parents when they grow up. Women exercise a dominant influence over the domestic affairs and the husband as well. Succession and inheritance of property is strictly patrilineal. If a man dies, leaving a daughter but no son, his property goes to his brother. The structural organization of a Haria society is characterized by totemism. The whole society is divided into a number of exogamous groups called as goth, which is also we can equate as a clan. Each goth is having a totemic objective. Regarding the origin of the myth of each clan, Prakash Chandra Mehta mentions that In the beginning, there were some men and women. God wanted to see these people married and hence asked the Saharia male folk to pick up material objectives as well as domestic implements of their choice. They obeyed it and were named after the same. For example, one who piled up a katar, that is dagger, was named after Kataria clan name. Paliya got their name from Talolia, that is from pond. Saharia from san, plant. And Barodia from bar and pipal tree. Karoria or Nigeria from neem tree. Bajulla from budge, a typical of bird. Devariya from devar, that is husband's younger brother. Bilon Kriya from bayan, a water plant, and so on.
184 गोत्र हमारे आदिवासियों के
184 gotras are existing, that is the clans. But the 184 clans are distributed in almost in Rajasthan and also Madhya Pradesh states. So some of them are existing here, some of them are different districts they are existing. But for him it is very difficult to remember. But he says around 40 to 50 he can able to remember. That is what he is mentioning. And यहाँ का कुछ गोत्र का नाम बता दो.
अपना
हाँ, आपका कंडेलवाल.
हाँ, और डोंगर ढोड़िया, नरवरिया, गोवरिया, शेलिया, बरोदिया, बदरहटिया, जबरोलिया, चांदिया, मोनिया और बिलोड़िया, मस्तूरिया, श्रोचा, बगुलिया, आगे चले
ब्रोडिया और
खड़िया
खड़िया और
बदरेंटिया
रेंटिया
ढोड़िया
डोंडिया
बिलोड़िया और नरवरिया जबरोलिया
सेलिया
हाँ और खड़ेया हाँ लिखा दे जबरोलिया है तो गया.
They have 27 clans in all the regions, in different regions put together, and these are some of the clans they are remembering. So these are the clans are exogamous clans. They won't marry within the clan, they have to marry outside the clan. So clan exogamy is strictly followed. That is the most important things among the Saharias. So these Saharias widely distributed in this region, that is why they are not able to tell all the clan names by themselves. Within this region names only he is remembering. Like that, every region we have to go to identify their clan names where they are inhabiting.
Saharia's journey from mother's womb to the grave is a passage of 7 steps. Their kinship system plays an indispensable role in these phases of individual's life cycle. The newborn infant is given a name and membership of the society in presence of kith and kin on the day of the naming giving ceremony, which is called as Bahar Nikalna, held on the 10th day of his birth. Mother protects the helpless child against evil eyes by putting an iron bangle, and father ties a black thread around his waist to ensure their lifelong ties. His first haircutting ceremony is performed by his father when the child is 2 or 3 months old. His father, facing east, buries hair shaved from his head. A chicken is sacrificed, cooked with rice and eaten with salap wine in a feast by the family. The child is given the soup of chicken's head and a small peg of mahua liquor to sip. Thus the infant steps into the first phase of his life and commences his onward journey to reach the childhood and then gradually steps into the adolescence, the third phase, followed by the youth. The fourth stage is the best and the most romantic period of his life. No specific rites, ceremonies and taboos are associated with initiation and puberty. At this time, the boys and girls have the freedom to choose and marry and have a love and romance among themselves before they finally choose their life companion to be tied in a wedlock. The next step of Saharia life is marriage. Marriage is a elaborate ritual performed by them in different forms. Now let us inquire about the different forms of marriages among the Saharia tribe. No doubt that Saharia's forms of marriage and different types of acquiring a mate are also gone under several changes because of the Hindus' influence who are living the neighborhood. So we can find a lot of changes among the Saharia marriage system.
बहन का लड़का मामा का बच्चा को ले करता है?
नहीं नहीं
नहीं किसी का जो तो मोमनों में होता है उसका बहन का लड़का
नहीं
लड़की को
नहीं
नहीं करता किसी को नहीं करता बाहर से ही करता है दूसरे गोत्र से करता है
जी
और so they have the bride price exist among these people they call as paldan. On that day as a bride price they will be giving according to their economic status they will be giving fruits, flowers and clothes and also the ornaments which they have they will be giving as a bride price. That is what exists among these people.
सर फलदान भी कहते हैं टीका भी कहते हैं
टीका अच्छा they call as a paldan and टीका भी कहता है. It is also called as टीका and paldan. And other regions they will be calling other regions it is called as dapa also. Now we want to find out the forms of marriage by capture. आपका कैसा शादी किया बताओ?
ऐसे मैंने लड़की भगा के लाया.
यहाँ देखो वहाँ देखो.
लड़की भगा के लाया. उसके बाद हम ग्वालियर कोर्ट गए हाई कोर्ट से उसकी रजिस्ट्री करवाई. अच्छा रजिस्ट्री करवा गया बेटा हूँ आजाद
लड़की को लेके आ गया. अच्छा
उसके बाद हम रजिस्ट्री करवा लाए.
रजिस्टर करवा लिया
बस.
अच्छा तो उसका क्या बोलता है आप? कोर्ट में
मैरिज
So, एक बरस दो बरस लड़की का.
The institution of marriage is the most significant event in Saharia social life. Monogamy is the common practice, although very few cases of polygyny is available. Saharia prefer adult marriage. Girls are fit for marriage after attaining puberty. Boys marry within 16 to 25 years of age. Boys and girls are free to select their mate without least parental interference. Premarital and postmarital love and sexual intimacy is present and tolerated in the society. Therefore, most Saharia marriages are love marriages. The marriage season is between January and June. Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday are considered most auspicious for the purpose. The usual forms of marriages are marriage by negotiation, marriage by elopement, marriage by capture, marriage by intrusion and marriage by service or some of the forms of marriages exist among the Saharia tribe.
वो औरत मर जाती है नहीं तो मर्द बच जाती है बाद में शादी कर सकता है ना वो लोग कर सकते के साथ. अच्छा
Widow marriage and junior levirate is prevalent among the Saharia. A young widow may marry the younger brother of her late husband to avoid complication regarding property inheritance if she has children. Of course, she is free to marry any male person of her choice other than the younger brother. In that case, the new husband has to pay compensation to the younger brother of her ex-husband and to her parents-in-laws. Or she may leave her husband's house and stay with her parents' house if she so likes. Illicit relationship with one's younger brother's wife is strictly tabooed. even if she is young and widow. Surrogate and sororal polygyny, that is marrying wife's younger sister, is absent, though not prohibited.
चल रहा है डाइवर्स कर सकते हैं ना आप लोग?
हाँ कर
फ्री है ना आप लोग में? उसका डाइवर्स का क्या बोलता है आप लोग?
तलाक.
The cases of divorce and remarriage due to unhappy marital life are few. The death is called as gami. As soon as a person dies, the women folk start wailing loudly. The nearest kin, such as brothers and parallel cousins, move the corpse to the front yard, bathe it, anointed turmeric and oil, wear it new cloth, put it on a bamboo mattress and tie it across a bamboo pole. The corpse is carried to the burial ground by the kinsman. On the 11th or 13th day, they perform a purificatory ceremony called as kach. On that day, they will give vegetarian feast to all the relatives who attended for the death ceremony and also for the purificatory ceremony. After this ceremony, they will take the ashes to the nearest river and mixes the ashes in the river. That ends the death ceremony ritual. When the children die at the younger age, they bury the dead body. In cases of death occurs due to accidents, snake bite, small pox and some epidemics, the dead is also buried. The traditional substance of economy for Saharia is food gathering, hunting and fishing. Women contribution to the family economy is comparatively more than the men. Women from morning to evening, apart from her household work, they will go to the forest and collect minor forest produce such as gum, honey, mahua, chirunji, harra, behra, bell and other leaves and fruits from the forest. Here you can observe the mother and the daughter, both of them collecting the roots of medicinal plants, which is called as satavar. So here greater time of both men and women they will be spending in collecting the minor forest produce and medicinal herbs and shrubs from the forest.
What is this name? Satavar. This is called as satavar, a medicinal roots they will be collecting from the forest, and this they will remove the skin and they will dry it, cut into pieces, they will dry it and they will sell in the market. It will be sold for 100 rupees per kilo. इसमें क्या मेडिसिन आप बनाता है? मेडिसिन दवा बनाता है आप लोग?
नहीं सर.
आप लोग बनाता है?
नहीं.
This is they are telling this is used for fertility. Those who are impotent, the sex can be increased by using this medicine. That is why it is having a greater importance in increasing the sexual intercourse and increase the stamina for sex. That is what they are telling according to them.
Entire family involves in minor forest produce collection. Here you can see the satavar medicinal roots they have collected and processing, removing the skin of the root and cut into pieces and dry it. All people will be involved. It's a lengthy process. Not only this product, almost all the minor forest produce, they will process it before selling. The problem of survival has increased day by day to the Saharia tribal population. The food gathering and hunting has reduced to a great extent. Now they are collecting the dry firewood and selling it nearby towns for their survival. Here you can observe the women carrying the headload of wood for miles together to sell their firewood and purchase the essential commodities for their survival. The economy of Saharia mainly depends on the women contribution presently.
जंगल आते लाते हैं, सुतावल लाते हैं और पत्ता लाते हैं, लकड़ी लाते हैं और गुड़मारो लाते हैं, जाते जीवन करते हैं और क्या करें।
जंगल का फल कुछ मिलता है जंगल में? कौन सा फल मिलता है?
तेंदू और काकेरा, जामू, चौमासे में जामू आता है,
आम जंगल और क्या मिलता है?
और कछु नहीं।
बेर है,
बेर ज्यादा
चौमासे में ककोरा आता है,
बरसात में
मरेला,
कपूड़ा,
मरेला,
वो जो मुरेला बोलते हैं आप, करेला बोलते हो, छोटे वाले मिलते हैं। नील गाय है, ये शिकारी लोग लाते हैं।
अच्छा, क्या क्या?
नील गाय है, वो सुगर है, 12 सिंगा साबर है, चीतल है, हिरन है, खरगोश है। अच्छा, शेर तो है ही नहीं। अच्छा, लक्कड़बग्गा है।
आप इसमें क्या क्या खाता है?
हम
जंगल में जानवर को कौन से जानवर का खाता है?
अपन खरगोश। हाँ, खरगोश, सुगर भी खा ले।
सुगर और
बस यही खाते हैं।
डीर नहीं मिलता? Okay. These are some of the roots and tubers they will be collecting from the forest, and also the flesh foods which are available from the jungle they will be collecting. Apart from this, for most of them the substance of economy is nowadays, for most of the ladies and gents, they will be depending on wood cutting, and you have seen many of them are morning to evening they are going for the forest. They will collect the dry wood and they will be selling the nearby town and by headload. That is some of the subsistence for many of these people who are living in this region. And agriculture में क्या क्या बनता है? Agriculture में जमीन में क्या क्या होता है?
जमीन तो बहुत कम है,
बरसात होती है तो
बाजरा करते हैं बरसात के मौसम पे, और अब सरसों, चना, गेहूँ, हाँ, बेजर, हाँ, ये फसल।
So, सबके पास जमीन नहीं है ना?
नहीं है,
सबके पास।
So, जमीन नहीं है, वो क्या करता है जीवन?
ये जड़ी बूटी, हाँ, लकड़ी है, जड़ी बूटी।
People for our economic pursuits, they are going to the forest for daily wage labor. If you can observe here, many of them are working as a daily wage laborers in the forest and laying up the roads and going for different states for 6 to 8 months and earning their and they are coming back. This is the substance of economy for these people. Once they were used to live happily in the jungle, food gathering, hunting and fishing are the substance of economy, and plume cultivation also they used to do. Now they have forgotten all the things they have lost. Now they are depending, most of them, on agricultural labor, daily wage labor in the forest, and also food gathering, hunting.
बदलाव भी आएगा, गुलाम नहीं है
पहले
गुलामी करती थे, गुलामी
अभी गुलाम हो गया, सारी गुलाम।
The Saharias mentions that once they are slaves under the jamindaris and the rulers, now they became free after independence. They have the freedom to work, they have the freedom to move, and they can go for any kind of labor work which they are doing. Here he is mentioning that I am free now. I am economically far better than the previous years. I worked as a bonded labor since from my childhood. Now I am free. I can work, I can earn, I can spend the money whatever way I like. As though we are free now, but poverty is too much in our community. We are not able to get drinking water, and we are not able to get the wage laborers, and there is no electricity in our villages, and we are facing all kind of problem for our survival. This is the pathetic way of narration of this Saharia people.
हनुमान जी को मानते हैं,
अच्छा,
शंकर भगवान को मानते हैं, हाँ, कृष्ण भगवान को मानते हैं,
और
विष्णु भगवान को मानते हैं।
आप जैसा ब्राह्मण के बात पे बोल रहे हैं आप,
तो यही जाओ हिंदुओं के,
हिंदू का देवता, आपका ट्राइबल का देवता कुछ है?
देवता होता है वो।
अब कुल देवता तो सब के नाम, कोई कछु रख ले तो कोई कछु हो जाए, जैसा गड़ी बाव बोलते हैं,
गड़ी बाव, ये क्या?
हीरामन बाबा, बालकदास बाबा, हाँ नहीं यही हाँ। बस यही है। माता भी है, काली माता, बिलोनी माता।
अच्छा, इस गांव का देवता का नाम बताओ।
इस गांव का गड़ी वाला लिख तो लिया आपने।
गड़ी वाला,
हाँ
गड़ी वाला
हरी सिंह, गड़ी वाला हरी सिंह, मान सिंह सॉरी सर, गड़ी वाला मान सिंह बाबा।
The Saharias are strong believer of animism. Due to the impact of Hinduism, the Saharias started professing Hinduism, and with the same devotion they are worshipping Rama and Hanuman and have high respect for Ramayana. They are true devotees of goddess Kali, and during Navaratras they worship Bizansan Mata, Amba Mata, Balaji and Beruji and Tejiji as deities. They have faith in supernatural powers. The rituals observed by them are akin to the Hindu rituals. The festivals generally they celebrate are Makara Sankranti, Mai Saptami, Holi, Savani Amavas, Janmashtami, Raksha Bandhan, Deepavali and Teju Dashami and other festivals of Hindus. Women are experts in singing and dancing. Here we can observe some of the bhajan songs sung by the Saharia women in praise of the god.
गुलाम थे, हम कहते तय खाते, गुलामी करी माए पर का राज ने हमने भी नौकरी करी। जब तो मतलब मजूरी कट्टी दे देते, कचू दे देते, अब तो वो बात अलग रही। अब तो अपने इच्छा अनुसार मतलब काम करते हैं। तो मन कहिए 100 हम तो 150 लेंगे, 200 लेंगे, तुम्हारी जरूरत हो तो ले चलो, नहीं मत ले चलो। मतलब श्रद्धा के ऊपर है। अब अपने हाथ से करते हैं, खाते हैं। पर जी ये मतलब ऐसे रेंज में जमीन फंसी है, पट्टी आज 50-60 साल पुरानी। आज मतलब जब लकड़ियों के लिए नहीं काटने देते हैं तो रेंज बाय कहाँ से निकल रही जमीन। बच्चा पाले तो कहीं से पाले, ये भी समस्या। 90-100 घर है हमारे आदिवासियों काऊ के पास नाम है।
Here more than 90 houses are there. They have been brought from the forest to this village, rehabilitated, and he is living since last 20 years. But there is no patta. He, in spite of his efforts, he was not able to get the patta for this house where he is inhabiting. But tomorrow what will be his fate? Because of expansion of the civilization and culture, urbanization, which I am observing here, over a period of time, it is expanding growth. I think definitely they will be thrown out from this place and they will be on the streets and they are going to be the beggars in future if we are not going to protect these people. That is my anthropological observations. Once they used to live happily, which I have passed through this jungle, they have been brought here. So that is what he says. There is no patta lands for them. There is no patta houses, as though 90 households are inhabiting in this village. इसका गांव का नाम क्या है?
कन्हार।
कन्हार।
जोगीपुरा।
हाँ?
जोगीपुरा कन्हार।
जोगीपुरा कन्हार. This is the conditions of these poor people living here. So.
चावल मिलता है, गेहूँ मिलता है।
गेहूँ कितना मिलता है? 7 35 किलो गेहूँ मिलता है। और चावल
मिलता है 2 किलो।
2 किलो 2 किलो। और शक्कर मिलता है 2 kilos sugar also they are getting. Here I came here to picturize the ethnic vision of Saharia people and their culture. After coming here, I have observed the problems and issues which are facing. First, their identification problem itself is becoming very difficult. They are not able to identify because of the so many issues associated with them. They have been exposed to the more of urbanization and expansion. They have forgotten their clan names and also some of the social and marriage and other aspects also they have forgotten. Presently, these people are facing a lot of problem. First one is education. There is no school, as though there is a school within the radius of 2 kilometers, but there is no provision for the good education for them, which you have observed on the way. While coming to the village, there is a school, but the school is not functioning well. Only one meal they are giving, that to 2 rotis and dal they are giving. That is the biggest problem. There is no textbooks for these people. So school education, there is a need for Saharia educational residential schools for these people, exclusively for these. Kedar Lal Srivastava with us. He is a teacher in this school. We wanted to find out from him the problems and issues for tribal education. बताइए।
क्या है, जंगल का क्षेत्र है। एक तो ये लोग रोजगार के लिए जाते हैं, यहाँ पे निवास बहुत कम करते हैं। कभी जंगल जाते हैं तो बच्चों को भी साथ में लेके चले जाते हैं, और उसकी वजह से विद्यालय भी इनका बच्चों का कम आना होता है। जो आते हैं वो पूरी तरह ज्ञान मिलता है उनको। हमने सुना था ये लोग बीवी के साथ 6 महीने के लिए बाहर चले जाते हैं काम करने। उस समय में बच्चा लोगों का क्या प्रॉब्लम होता है? बच्चे साथ में ले जाते हैं, बच्चा भी साथ में लेके चले जाते हैं। दिन पढ़ाई कैसा होगा उस लोगों को? होता है, लेकिन कंट्रोल कर लेते हैं, उसके बाद में आ जाते हैं। फिर उनको आपका सजेशन क्या है उसका, उस ऐसा होने से रेसिडेंशियल स्कूल? हमारा सजेशन से यही है कि बच्चों को तो कम से कम यहाँ छोड़ो, उनकी देख रेख की व्यवस्था हम करेंगे, और खाने के लिए भोजन मिलता है। रेसिडेंशियल स्कूल है वहाँ? नहीं है सर, यहाँ पे कनार में। तन कैसा आप भोजन दोगे इस गांव में? जो जहाँ विद्यालय में दर्ज है उन्हीं बच्चों के लिए। लंच में देता है, रात में कौन देगा? लंच में, रात में तो यही लोग देंगे। वो कहाँ दूसरे बच्चों को? आवासीय विद्यालय की यहाँ व्यवस्था हो जाए। वही मैं पूछ रहा हूँ। आवासीय, मोस्ट ऑफ दिस पीपल फॉर देयर लिविंग, they are migrating to the different cities. For example, his child has gone to Chennai, to South India. His son has gone with his son's family, and they will be working for 6 months with the children. So education, they are not able to do it. The children also going along with them. So there is a we suggest, according to the teacher, he is suggesting also. I am also suggesting as an anthropologist. So they need a residential school for Sahariya people in this region, so that 100%, even if the parents are going for the job to the others outside the states, the children can stay here and can study. वही है ना जी सर, रेसिडेंशियल स्कूल होने से बच्चा लोग आपके पास ही रहेगा, बच्चा लोग बढ़ सकता है। So there is a need of residential schools, so that they can, because of the poverty is too much, they have to go outside this region, then only they can able to survive. That is why we request the policy makers, and on behalf of these people, so there is a need for residential schools in this region. It is named as Mara Sahariya village.
This is the Mara Saharia village. I am taking you to the well dug by the government. Here you can see the well is around 25 meters depth. There is no water in this well. It is totally dried up. Another well also dried up. Only little water is there. This is totally polluted water, which you can observe here. Both the wells are not functioning. Bore wells also not functioning. Because of that reason, they have to go 3 to 4 kilometers to fetch the water, which you can observe here. The ladies, most of the time, they will be spending in collecting the water itself. There is a say in Hindi, जब लड़की पैदा होती है, so पानी उठाकर ही मरना है. That is one of the say they will be telling in North India. Here you can see. So they are going every day for water fetching. That is the biggest problem presently the Saharia people are facing. it is required that a fresh water should be supplied to these villages. Otherwise, these people will not survive and they will be perishing from this planet. Even children, you can see, this is the pathetic condition. And I have observed in the village that because of scarcity of water, she is cleaning the vessels with the ash which she has burnt in her hearth. That is the condition. See, she is cleaning with the ash and she will be using the same vessel for cooking. It is really a pathetic condition, and how our people are living in India. See, with a small quantity of water, she is washing almost all her clothes. I was shocked to see all these things the first time I am observing.
बारिश का टाइम पीता है
ऊपर नहीं पीते
नहीं पीते
पीने लायक काम खराब
अच्छा so even the rainy season the water will come up but they are not able to consume because it is a polluted water, he is telling. So there is a badly need of drinking water for these people. Almost all the Saharia villages, they need the drinking water. That is the most important one according to their requirement.
Due to paucity of water resources, they usually drink unclean and impure water. As interior inhabitation, they lag behind the field of education and have achieved very little literacy rate. In respecting to their traditional society, approved rules and norms, they are to become on marital alliance at a very early age. The awareness of the family planning, contraceptive methods is almost nil. Therefore, early age at marriage and family planning, non-acceptance are the two important reasons which imposes them to conduct frequent childbirths. In these circumstances, the early aged mothers are generally prostrated, containing very low health status, immunization and medical checkup for antenatal and natal and postnatal stages are mostly neglected among them. The anthropologists such as Biswas, Kapoor, Adak, Bashin, Sharma and Kshatriya, all others also mentions that poor socio-economic status, malnutrition, impure drinking water, high extent of literacy, early age at marriage and frequent childbirths, non-acceptance of family planning methods, unawareness of immunization, paucity of modern medicinal facility, worst environment, etc. are the attributed reasons of sharing various diseases which influence frequent deaths. As a result, Saharia crude birth rate, age-specific death rate, stillbirth rate, perinatal, neonatal and post-neonatal mortality rates, infant mortality rate, under 5 mortality rate and child mortality rate are quite distressing, specifically when compared to the context of most of the tribals and non-tribal population of India. The living conditions also is very poor. In a small house, we will find extended and joint families.
His name is Ramacharan. He is living in this village. उसका नाम गांव का नाम क्या है? Kanar. This village is Kanar. His name is Ramcharan. He is living in this house. You can see this house. He is living in this house. A small house. It will be around 10 by 10, not less than 100 square feet. In this, he himself with his wife and the daughter and son-in-law and son and daughter-in-law and with their children, he is living in this house within 10 by 10 square feet. Once they used to live happily in the jungle without any problem. They have been removed from the forest and they have been brought here and rehabilitated here, but nothing has been done these people. This is the pathetic condition these people are living. As though he wanted to live happily and go back to jungle, but the forest people are not allowing him to go back. And he is becoming very difficult for them, for his livelihood. He is not able to get the firewood for cooking. That is the major issue he is raising. He is not able to get a house through Indira Awas, and he has tried his level best to get a house, but he was not able to get the house. So this is the pathetic condition. You can see here, the entire family here lives in this house, thatched house. So this is the one of the extended and the joint family which is living here among them. ये कौन है? लड़का? लड़का है. अच्छा. He is the son living in this house. आप क्या काम करते हैं बेटा?
मजदूरी करते हैं सब लोग. सब लोग. ये लड़का जीरो.
ये लड़का है.
ये लड़का.
दो लड़का है.
हाँ. एक और होगा.
तीन लड़का है.
तीन लड़का. एक की शादी नहीं है.
अच्छा.
ये दोनों की शादी है. इसके साथ 4 बच्चे हैं.
Okay. So this is the one of the issues which I have to address. Apart from the water, education, housing is also one of the biggest problem these Saharia people are facing. So most of the houses are thatched houses. You can see here, this is the stones with mud it has been made, and this is straw from the forest they have brought, and they are living in this house. So some of the houses are stone construction, and they have the only stones they have been pasted as a roof, slabs as a roof. And you can see here, some of them are having covered their houses with plastic sheets. These are the plastic sheets because these houses has ruined, and many of the houses doesn't have the doors and windows. There is no. This house is made with the mud and with the wild straw and leaves available from the jungle. You can see there is no door at all. So they are living in a pathetic condition. The conditions are very poor, and it is very difficult for them in future to survive. Until unless we can able to conserve these people, and you have to rehabilitate somewhere near water resources and provide them the education institutions and also health, then only these people can able to survive. Otherwise they are going to extinct from the planet, because the exploitation from the outsiders and the landlords and the forest people is too much here. You have seen the house which you can see here. There is no door for this house. There is no door. You can see in this house these people are living. There is no water for bathing. Weeks together they won't bath. There is no clothing for them to change. See here the child without clothing. Without clothing. This is the conditions of these poor girls. You can see the girls. There is no clothing. They are most of them are anemic, and health conditions are very, very bad. Idhar aa jao, idhar aa, chalo. See, they are not able to take here. I think this is, you can see her hair, this boy's hair. I think months together he has not taken bath. See here, see this hair, this boy. I don't know how many months and how many years you take. You can see here scabies, skin infections are there. You can see lot of them. See, she is also having skin infections, scabies. Open karo. See the hands, how hard, as though she is a girl. She is supposed to go for school. See her fingers. Open karo. Aisa karo. See her hands, how she is her hands. Young girl, which has a great future, but she is living like this. I put it before the people of India and the policy maker to look into these issues, not only for the urban and the allied community development. We have to look into these primitive tribal groups who are inhabiting the interior jungles to be saved. Otherwise, they will perish. These are the vulnerable people, the vulnerable people of India. The Constitution provides all rights for them, for their survival, for their safeguards. But nothing has been done. Only everything is in the paper. The forest policies are there, but there is no forest policy has been implemented. किसी को जमीन मिला है आप लोगों का? नहीं, forest policies has been passed, but there is no land for everybody. None of them are possessed land, and he is hesitating that they are not allowing even to go for the forest for collection of the firewood. So none of them got the land and forest policies. So we have the constitutional provisions and rights for survival and the human rights for the protecting these people, but we are not able to do anything for these people. This is the pathetic condition.
No doubt that Saharias are facing or struggling very hard for their survival. The substance of economy has been changed to a great extent. Once they were happily living in the jungle, in food gathering, hunting and fishing, their lifestyle, the way of life has changed to great extent. Presently, they are depending on not only on food gathering and collecting of minor forest produce. Most of them are depending on the distribution of wheat and rice by the fair price of the government. If it is not supplied, most of them are perish. There is no doubt about it. The secondary occupation for majority of them is collecting minor forest produce and selling the firewood. Most of them are migrating to the different places for a period of 6 months for working as a laborers in different states. This is the conditions of living, and if you are not going to protect these people, it is very difficult. No doubt that they are on the crossroad. They have to be protected, otherwise they will perish. See, these vulnerable children, they never know that they have to go for a school and there is an education also.
A micro project should be developed independently for this population for conservation. So there is need for them for the health status, include the women and child, economic status, and providing of the fresh drinking water, and also the education. These are the 4 important aspects which should be given to these people. So this document I am providing to the government of India and the people of India, not for criticizing or commenting. I am showing to these people how to develop and what is going on in India. It's an eye-opening only, not for any criticism on anybody or any government. So this visual document, I hope that it will open the eyes of the people of India and also the policy makers. I request the administrators, bureaucrats to cooperate with the government policies and try to implement in a big way for the conservation of these aboriginal population before they extinct from the planet. Thank you. forward it to your friends to understand the living cultures of Indian people and their way of life. Thank you very much. Thank you.